The wood whirler is in. Let's get busy. Hey guys, welcome. This video is all about making this. It's a music-free video. And this is Dogwood and Total Boat Fix Set resin. And that's got a walnut base on it. And lots of axe paste. So you get this super deep shine. I'm going to show you how to do it all. Hang in there. Let's watch it. All right, I've got I believe it's dogwood. Piece of old broke limb right here. And I cut it off and got it round. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to drill press, make me a flat right here to put a drill press right in this drill press. Put a faceplate right in the center. I'll love it when I learn to talk. Ooh, to clean that up. There you go, right here like that. Except straight, hopefully. So we'll do that and then I'll come back and see you later. Alrighty. This is, I've determined this is persimmon. So I'm going to have to cut this down to this line right here. And I got these calibers set at the top. I'm pretty much going to fill the bowl and not have a whole lot of resin on the top. And just basically have this showing like a live edge. And the others are going to be like red. Just red epoxy. With some, you know, like some of that glitter in it or whatever you call it. So I'm going to start off. I'll start off with a spindle gouge. I hadn't used one in a long time. Ain't no problem using them, you know. That's a zero problem. I just, you know, don't much care for it. I guess that's the bottom line, isn't it? Get this in a little closer. Pretty much got it. There you sort of, that flat one's more or less for, you know, going in here like this, but I'll be doing something about it like so. I think, I don't know. I tell you, I don't even remember how long it's been since I used any traditional tools. Not that I don't care for them, it just is, I ain't into sharpening. And, that's just the way it is. I'm lazy. So we got that tight. Where are we here? It's all right. Get that tight. Guess I ought to turn it on. There you go. It's on a faceplate. Sort of weird how that wobbles in there because it was sitting flat on a drill press. Huh. Oh well, I guess it matters that much. need to, if I'm gonna start using these, I need to get some bigger ones. These are just entirely too light. They're those, when I first started turning, they're those Harbor Freight ones, and you know, they don't weigh nothing. So they sort of beat you to death. So I'm gonna go back and I'll get me some more, but I'm gonna go back and play with the Beaver a little while. Ooh, Betsy. I don't know, man. I just look how much smoother and nicer that is. I mean, that's just a couple of little tool marks right there, but other than that, hell, it don't even hardly need sanding. So I'm gonna come off with this now and get this bottom straightened out. There goes the whistle blowing. Well, it looks like I've got to come down a little bit right here. And I'm close. There's no cigar yet. But that ain't no biggie. Oh, 130. Oops. Okay, perfect. See, this hadn't been sharpened in probably 3 or 4 projects at least. Epoxy and everything else, look how it cuts. I just can't help it. I just don't like sharpening it every 5 minutes, and that's a hard wood. So you can say it's gonna dull and quick. Oh well, enough of that. Damn. Honest to gosh, you'd think I've done this before. I'm going to be using Total Boat Thick Set. See, I got all the essentials here. Alright, Total Boat Thick Set, my most favorite stuff of all time. And this is a 3-to-1 mix. So I'm going to just empty this sucker, see what we got. That might be enough. All right. can go in the burning hole. And let's see where are we on the mark right here. 3 to 1. Well, we're a little over to 4. So that might be enough. I don't know. We'll see. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. I already get it. A little more for grins. And there's some left there. It'll come in handy. I always open these things first, because they are really hard to open if you got just gloves on. Yeah, it looks like it's got sort of a pinkish look to it, doesn't it? I don't want that. I need a bigger one. Okay. 20 minutes after 2. Yeah, I don't know, man. That looks like a pink as all get out to me. Always got to have some more. Means I need to stir this stuff. It says 3 minutes. Yeah, it's getting better. I warmed up another one. I may not need it till. It's not going to take a whole lot of resin. Hey, I found out something sort of neat. You guys might want to know, because I did it last time. It worked like a charm. Silicone. Silicone spray works really great for mold release, guys. And it's a whole lot cheaper than that other stuff. You spray a little bit in there, you get a paper towel and you wipe it around, and it works. I can't say much else about it. It just works. Well, I like that pretty good. Can you see that? Can you see that real good right here? Yeah, I like that. Ooh, what you call it, but it ain't red. It says Imperial Red. I guess, you know, that probably is the case. Just gonna mix it in there a little while anyway. I like to use 2 of them. That's cups, that is, 2 cups. Maybe you didn't know what I was talking about. So I just basically take and just pour this one in here. Yeah, that's got sort of a scarlet look to it. I like it. Then I'll mix this one a while. That way you don't have to worry about missing some around the edges or the bottom. Says I've been doing this 3 minutes. It don't seem like 3. But if you don't get it right, you'll be sorry. And then I'll pour it back into the original cup, see? Now I'll drain this. I got me a, see this right here? It's got all different colors and it's got a whole bunch of junk walnut pieces in there, and every time I pour something, I just throw my waste in here, and eventually it'll get full and I'll make a pretty little bowl out of it. I think that's good. Pour it away, pour it away. Oops. Don't want to do that, do I? Actually, I ain't too interested in getting some around there. Well, I'm gonna have plenty here, look. Well, here's what I use for mold release. You can see it there, it's silicone, it's slide out silicone. I've got a travel trailer with a slide out, so I try to keep all the rubbers lubricated. And this just seems to work like a charm. What did I get this for anyway? I guess to show it to you. Alright, I'm going to put this in a pressure pot. I'll pour the rest of it in there, keep from spilling it on the way over. And you see that, boy, it's really, that's what I like about it. That's the reason it works so well, because it's so thin. And I don't worry about it taking too awful long, because, you know, I can just wait another day. I can find something to do. Alright, it's in there. Well, it's the next morning. It may not be ready, but it'll be close. Yep. Well, I don't know what you call that. That looks more orange, doesn't it? Than red. It certainly isn't red. And it needs another day. I can still fingerprint it. Well, it looks good though. I don't see any voids or nothing. And I went ahead and put that in the dehydrator. I'm going to leave it for an hour or two. Let it warm up real good, and then I'll let it cool naturally. And I'll bet you money it'll be as hard as a rock. Alright, I'll catch you when that's done. Alright, well this is the next day. It's plenty hard now. There you go. I've got a faceplate on it. Getting ready to put on it. Got a little off center, but I guess it'll straighten out. Yeah, first thing I'm going to do is clean it. Just clean it off right down to the wood. It's hard to turn it on, huh? Well, let's see what it looks like. Let's unlock it first. It's not too bad. For you people who haven't watched my show before, you notice I always wear gloves, but you'll notice one thing too, that all my tool rests are painted red. Okay, that is a signal to me and to my grandsons who come over here a lot, that if that's spinning, no part of your hands gets past that red line right there. Even, never. And when you sand, you take your gloves off, and of course you remove that. So that's the way that works. Never had a problem, but you never know. But I also don't have a bunch of hurt places on my hands. And they're tender. I bruise easy. Here we go. 1,000 RPM. All right, that looks pretty good. It's, you know, it's a little rough right here. I've got to straighten it out. And for that, I will be using a 15 millimeter R2, 2-inch radius square cutter. And I'll be using this in a shear cutting motion. Come all the way right here, stop, come back in here, never go over the edge. You'll chip it out every time. So now all we're doing now is straightening it out, because this is all I'm going to do shape-wise. I've got what I want right here. I'll straighten up the bottom, and I'm going to hollow from the bottom into here, and then I'm going to put a little walnut base on it. I'll epoxy it on. Now the top, I'm going to try to save this bark sticking up right here, and probably just use the power tools to get this over here straightened out. It won't be that big a deal. And then I'll hollow from the top down to meet the other one, and that'll wrap it. So let's run it up to a grand again. Feels pretty good. Get a little hump right there. I think I'm going to put it back on and get that little hump out. If you look at it profile, you can see it. It's right there. Just a little one. Just enough to where I'll never be happy till I get it out. So I'm going to get it out. Okay, see all these holes I drilled here? You know, I didn't bother showing you me drilling. I mean, that's sort of boring. I just drilled, but every one of them is in here, and they're at an angle and different angles. And also, this is a piece of walnut that's going to go on it. I also did the same thing here. Principle being that, you know, the epoxy gets into those and forms an anchor. Because I have had them come loose before. Especially if one or both parts have got just any slight dampness to it. Sometimes I'll do that. And then what I do, this is 80 grit. I just come in here and basically do this. And I've already done it on the other one. And I'll be using 30-minute epoxy. I'm not going to bother showing all that. I don't see it's necessary. And everybody's seen epoxy put on before. So that's how I do it. Well, good morning. I imagine it's pretty well set up by now. I'll clean it up. Excuse me, put a recess in it. I know I'm going to be in front of you a little bit here. Sorry. What are you barking at? This time for some sanding and sealing and polishing and all that kind of stuff. And I can get rid of this smock. This is a Minwax sanding sealer. I get it on Amazon a gallon at a time. It's $49 a gallon, plus tax or whatever, depending on if you're a Prime member. And I use a lot of it, but it brings it out. This is going to be a mega shine bowl. I get about 3 coats of this and 2 coats of poly, and I'll hit it with axe and it'll shine like you wouldn't believe. And it's ready to go. Give that about 20-30 minutes to dry and come back and hit it with some 320 lightly, and then hit it with about 2 more coats and 2 coats of poly, and then we'll polish it and we'll do something on the bottom with the laser. Alright, this is a Verithing poly. I got tired of messing with the old lids when it's in here. It's a lot easier to use. But anyway, I already have 3 coats of sealer on it. And it was steel wool between every one. And now I'm going to put 2 coats of poly on it. And do the same thing, and then I'll axe it with axe paste. And we're going to be pretty close to being done, but the only thing I'll have to do is laser the bottom and finish the bottom if I decide to laser it. This is a lot harder finish, is why I like to use it. Alright, it's got 3 coats of sealer and 2 coats of poly on it now. And right now, a lot of people will say, boy, that's done. Well, I may, it looks nice, but it's going to look nicer. So I'm going to hit it with all steel wool and then 4-aught lightly, and then we're going to axe it. Go ahead and turn her up to 1,000. Lightly do this. This is the one I don't like doing. Those sharp edges. And they're going to come out. This is 4-aught. Almost the stump of the dogwood. Just about out, but Tom's already sent me some more. He must have saw us out in one of the videos. This kind of stuff. So we're going to do it nice and slow. Hear all the grinding going on here. This is actually doing what you would call the sanding. At probably 1,000 grit or so. I'm not going to spin it with a cloth because it's got too many edges that'll catch the cloth. I always like to do this in case there's any residual. My gosh, that's pretty. Look at that shine, about 4 inches deep. The depth is all about the number of coats, guys. the smoothness of your subject. All right, take it off. All right, this is the setup. There's a laser, and then you got to have a computer. So I had to turn the computer on and bring it up and fire it up, and you name it. These don't help much. It still gets dirty as all get out in here. This is just an old computer. It's got Windows 7 on it, but it does the job. See, I got it too high. Not quite as easy as it looks. Well, sometimes that's the way it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little poly on the bottom. Well, there it is. I don't know exactly what we're going to call it. It's a little different than most. That's all natural edge right there. I guess you can call it that. It did that when I put it in the dehydrator. This got a little warmer than it should have, and it sort of melted. But that's all right, I like it. That's why I left it like that. And the rest of this is, the coloring is just beautiful. I mean, you come over here and you see the pink in here, and right in here, and all the way up into here. That's all natural for dogwood. That's all me right there. But there you are. Hope you like what I do. Sorry about the mess up on the bottom, but you know, sometimes that happens. If I really wanted to, I could fix it. It'd be easy enough to, you know, sand that out and do it again. But, you know, I don't really want to. As far as she blows, my friends. Dogwood and orange resin. That was supposed to have been red. Turned out orange, and I don't know why. Their colors don't mean nothing. Their color names don't mean nothing. They're just close. So anyway, there you are. Subscribe and tell your friends. You know, there's an old fart doing this stuff, and he does pretty good. So, you know, hey, call your mama. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.